to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like and comment.
Sorry. Hi guys, welcome to our channel once again. If you're not subscribed, make sure you click on the subscription button down below. Sorry, are you hearing an echo?
No, I'm not.
Really?
No, I
Was
don't hear no echo.
oh wow. Did you not hear like a music play? I thought it's my ears that deceiving me. All right, guys, welcome once again to our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you click on the subscription button down below to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. So today we're going to be talking about the Ready to Love. This is season 9. We just started once more. The real Ready to Love. We know we have Ready to Love. We also have Ready to Love Make a Move. This is the original Ready to Love, and we have a new season, season 9. And today we're going to be talking about the episode 1. So they were just mostly, I kind of liked it. I think this is gonna be an interesting season. I don't know. And I kind of love the way they changed up a lot of things compared to other seasons. I don't know whether you love the new setup for the new season or
Well, yeah, I do like what I believe is about to happen with two mixers, you know. So I am liking that idea, because it kind of gets so stagnant with just the first set of people, and then once they run through that, then what's left, so it's good that he's adding, you know, some flavor to the mix by adding, that second mixer. So I'm interested to see how it plays out.
yeah. Even me, I do like the way they switched it up because I'm one person, I didn't always like that first day crowdiness. A lot of people would not get the opportunity to, have conversations with a lot of people. So I kind of liked it that they were divided. So you will get chance to see everybody, at least you'll be able to see everybody in the group.
Right.
Yeah. You'll be able to see everybody in the group, then you'll be able to like know who you're talking to, know who you fancy. So I love the two mixers. Hi, Miss Mermaid. Thank you for joining us. So I love the fact that they are two mixers. I love a lot of it because like you said, so it's getting a little bit sometimes I already anticipate what was gonna happen. So I was literally surprised by some of the things that happened in the episode. Well, let's go ahead. So then we got the introduction of the first, is it nine contestants or 10?
Was supposed to be 10, but it ended up being 9.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about them one by one. Happy Saturday to you too, Miss Mermaid. Um, the first person to come in was April. I love April. I love her swag. I love her friendliness. I love the way she's very jovial. For me, I felt like she was the most jovial person on the show. I don't know if you felt that kind of way too, but I thought she was the most jovial person on the show.
Yeah,
How did you feel about April?
I thought April was real cool. She's laid back. you know. She seems to be successful. She's down to earth. She says what she means. She's mature. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell the maturity in her. So yeah, I like her.
Let's go ahead to the next uh person, Laron. Um, I don't know. I kind of found him a little bit on the boring side. A little bit. I don't want to judge him being today is the first time I'm seeing him and whatnot. But
Right.
I've kind of found him a little tiny bit boring. Mm,
Okay.
I don't know. I just found it to be boring. There was nothing else I saw that was so spectacular about him that I said, okay, he came with the Raz, he came with this thing that was so special that I would be like, okay, I do notice you. And I feel like this number being reduced came in the favor of him because I'm pretty sure if we had the normal mixer where everybody was always there, I'm sorry. I'm sure this guy would have been lost in the crowd. For me, from my opinion, my just my opinion, I felt like he would have been lost in the crowd. I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of like Laurent a little bit. I mean, he seems like he's playful. And let's understand he has a really decent job. The systems operation manager. He has a really decent job. You know, I don't think that he has kids or anything. But one thing I did notice about him is he likes to party. It's nothing wrong with that. It's a time and a place for that. But if you're doing it
Exactly. That
4 or
also
5
threw me
days
off
a
a little
week,
bit.
yeah, if you're doing it 4 or 5 days a week, like, what you looking for a
Like
wife? You looking for a wife to party with, or you looking for a wife to stay home and watch you party with other women? Like, I don't really know what he's looking for. I mean, maybe he's just still young, you know, and a little immature.
yeah, is exactly. I also felt the same way. Like, is is he gonna be ready? Is he really ready to love? Because someone that tells me that he goes to the club to party Mondays through Friday. Can you really take that off? Can you really turn that off? Like you're 31-year old and you've done that for virtually, let's say, for like 5, 7 years now. Can you really turn that off? Like when I heard that he said it and he was proud to say it, that means he loves it. He loves the lifestyle. And when you love a lifestyle, it's literally very hard to get away from it. And I feel like he shouldn't have ventured coming into here if he knows that I think he should have gotten to the stage of okay, fine, I've realized that this party life is not for me, and I need to start detaching myself from the party life. Now
Hmm.
I feel like him being here is not fair to the ladies because he hasn't yet detached himself from the party life,
Right.
but he's looking for love. Like make it make sense. It's not.
Yeah, he's a little partier. I do believe. I think he enjoys a good time. And maybe he feel like, hey, this is gonna be like a lot of ladies, so I can see if I'm gonna have that good time. So I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna take a hell of a woman to settle him down. But like, what woman really wants to go through that when they're looking for love?
Uh, well, um, Mika. I'm not gonna lie. I saw Mika. I was rooting for her too. She is bodied. She's beautiful. She has the kind of embodiment that a lot of men there would be so much interested in, and that's the problem I'm having to her because I feel like some of them will be pursuing not because they do really, really like her. Some of them will be pursuing because of what they are seeing, like the physical things they're seeing, and that's what will make them go for her. And they would not really want to know her personality, what she wants in life. Because you could see it. Some of them were just, first time seeing her, they were like, ooh, ooh, wow, that's my body type. So I fear that a lot of the guys, even when they get mixed up with the other people, I feel like a lot of the guys might not really be into her, but really just be into her body.
Right. I mean, I see that, but as you said, she is a very beautiful woman, with kids, so I don't think, and I don't want to judge a woman on what she wears. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, if you can wear it, girl. You know what I'm saying? Because, at times I wear stuff that, you know, some people may say is risque, but, if it looks good, it looks good on me. So I don't want to judge from what she's wearing, but hopefully that these men, you know, going through this dating process will stop looking at her body and start looking at her mind, you know, and listen to the words that she's saying. But we'll see on that.
Yeah, I hope I hope it turns out well for her, because as much as this is a reality TV show, we also know that there's some people that are on serious that are here.
Hmm.
They came with the unseriousness. Some of them are just here for the fame, for the
Right.
attraction that is going to get to their Instagram, their social media, to their name. Some of them
Right.
here, some of them are actually here to also promote their businesses, free
Right.
advertisements, and in the same way still get paid.
Hmm.
So I just hope that she doesn't get across or come across those kind of guys on the show. Oh, let's
Okay.
okay, okay. Mm, the mod say, oh my god. Oh, Mika's description of him as dressed like a firecracker. Oh my god, that was hilarious. I tell you, from the first time this guy opened his mouth, I said this guy has pride. Like, not pride. He was too full of himself. The way he was like, I come in with so much, when people see me, this this man makes said, LOL, it was him thinking he brings so 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 much to the table. Oh my god. Like, he was like, when I come into the room, I come with so much confidence. Men are literally scared of me because I come with so much confidence. I'm here to. I was like, okay, wow, woo. Let's see what he has to offer. I think I posted on my Instagram. I said, he thinking he came with so much things and he had nothing to offer. Absolutely nothingness. Like, empty. This is the kind of people that I don't like. He literally came to the only thing I heard from the man's mouth, I'm a fashion designer. I'm a fashion designer. I'm a fashion designer. I'm a fashion designer. I'm a fashion stylist. I'm a photographer. Nothing. I don't think he was trying to know the ladies. I think he was there to literally promote himself and promote his business. That was what he was there for. And I don't understand. You call yourself a fashion designer, please. That suit he wore for the mixer, it's a no-no. I side with Mika. It's a no, no, no. That dress was not given. Like, if I see someone that says I'm a fashion stylist, I expect you to come in with a raz, with fashion statement. That was given. Uh, I don't know. I don't even know what to quantify it with. But that's not somebody I would see and you tell me that's a fashion stylist, and I'll be like, yeah, it's giving me a fashion stylist. No, that wasn't giving me a fashion. I've seen men that are fashion stylists when they are on suit, when they dress themselves, you would know. It's either they overdo it, but still come out glamorous, or they just simple but they come out stylish. But he was neither glamorous or stylish. I'm sorry, I don't like giving people insult. I don't like saying bad things about cast of reality TV shows. But he came with everything and also with nothing. That's just what I'm going to end it with.
Yeah, Demonte. I just want to say, like, okay, who dressed you for that? Who told you that that particular outfit looked good? Let's start with the shoulders. Like, why is there extra material? It's not even fitting well. You know what I'm saying? And the shirt does not match the suit. Just because the handkerchief matches the shirt doesn't mean that it's all going to go together. I don't know. The colors are making me kind of nauseous right now. But I mean, I don't want to knock the brother's style. That's the style. That's his style. He's meant for some woman out there. I just don't think it was in this show. You know what I'm saying? So, oh God, my stomach is hurting. But yeah, I didn't like his clothing, and I do agree that he, he was all into himself. Every interview that he had with every individual woman, all I heard him talking about is what he did, how many fashion shows he was in, uh, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, is he gonna ever ask them a question like, what's your favorite color? Do you have kids? What do you do for a living? Like, what do you do for fun? Like, he wasn't asking anything. Everything was all about him. So right there, I already just said, if somebody's going home, it's definitely going to be him. I just know it. I felt it. Oh, poor Demonte.
N- No, not only you. I was even praying to God that probably there should be someone worse than him. How he was gonna go, prevail in all everything that he did. Well, let's go on forward. The next is Will. Will. I think this was another person that is also full of himself, but not in a bad way. Ah,
Mhm.
he's still how would I put it? He's still endurable. Like I can still sit down and have a conversation with him without cringing. And he's chatty, he's flirty. At least it's not all about himself. When it came to Damonte, he was all about himself and all himself. But when it came
Yeah.
to Will, at least he was still trying to be open. He was still trying to know, to talk about, to ask you questions. So that's just the difference between all of them, between Will and Damonte.
Yeah, we will. I just, me personally, his vibe was just kind of off a little bit for me. You know, um, I kind of was under the impression that he was pretty childish. His mouth is loose. You know what I'm saying? When you approach a woman, even though she's sharing something, you don't talk to her as if you know her. Like she's your sister, your cousin, your auntie. You know what I'm saying? You get to know that
Mhm.
person and you don't say nothing offensive to a person, you know? So I just felt like he was just, hi- his vibe, his energy was just kind of off, you know? He kind of
Mm.
put me on the guy from the other Ready to Love. I can't think of his name right now, but he was little Nigerian guy.
Oh,
I don't know if
um,
you
Niger King, Abby. Oh, that's his Instagram name. Chris.
I'm gonna say his name again.
Chris.
Chris, yeah, he kind of puts me in the mind of Chris a little bit. Like a little immature. It's like he'll act like he like you, but then if you ever say anything wrong to him, he'll go off on you. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of put me in that mind, for some reason.
Hmm. Wow. So you don't fancy Will at all?
No, no, I think, like I said, it's something off. I'm just catching something off about his vibe, you know, that energy. I'm just not feeling it. And he seems, I don't know why all the guys seem so young. It
I
seemed
don't
like
know.
they were younger than some of the women.
Yeah, it happens every time. Like most of the guys are always younger than the ladies. I guess it's by who applies. They can't go getting people from the streets.
Right.
So when you apply to audition, there's nothing they can do if some of the guys that apply are much, much more younger than
Yeah,
the ladies there.
I guess the 10
So,
that are selected are the ones who make the cut.
uh-huh. So I guess it's probably out of their reach. It's who they see come for auditions. It's who registers to be on the show. They pick.
Mhm. Well, Tommy maybe need to move to a different city because he's done a lot out there in Texas, hasn't he?
Now, this is the second one.
I'm thinking maybe it's like the third, maybe.
No, this is the second one in Texas.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe the pickings are slim out there. I don't know.
Ah, well, let's go to the next. Oh, oh, William. Mm. Um. Ah. You know what? I don't even know what to say about William. I don't even have a thought process for this guy because I feel like he's confused and I feel like he's trying to get away with that. Or when we say we are a comedian, everybody wants to first ask us for a joke. Are you really a comedian? Because I didn't see he didn't crack jokes for me. He wasn't funny. He wasn't
True.
trying to be funny at least. And the previous seasons when any of them comes to say I'm a comedian, you could literally see it in the way he speaks and the way he talks or she talks. They try to show that comedy or comic side of them. For me, it seemed like he was trying to hide the comic side of him. You say you're a comedian, at least I want to listen to you when I like laugh. Let it be that okay. At the end of the day, I don't take you serious.
Right. I felt that, if he's always meeting ladies that say, well, tell me a joke, you ought to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? If you're a comedian, be prepared, you know? And he couldn't pull a rabbit out of his hat, you know? Not one little joke. He seemed like
That's what I was saying.
yeah, it seemed
If
like he
you,
got a little irritated or something.
I feel like he's not. I feel like he's not really that good of a comedian that he claims he is, and he doesn't want to expose himself. That's my opinion, guys. That's my opinion. That is what I felt.
Maybe he's
That
the
he was.
maybe he's the MC for the comics. He brings out the actual
It
real
could
comics,
be.
you know, because I can't see him as a comedian.
It could be because he felt he looked as in to me during this episode. He was like it was like somebody that wasn't serious. Miss Mohammed said William also delusional and not funny. Exactly, he wasn't funny to me. And he the things, he was trying to like I think he was trying too hard. I I think his aim for somebody that says I'm a comic, are you supposed to be no, I feel no. I feel like as a comic, even if they don't take you serious, like, but I think as a comic person, if you show your comic side, there's no way that you'll be scared of going home at the first day. At least the ladies will resonate with you because of that your comic side. Like, oh, he made me laugh. Then probably in previous dates they might now be going serious on other things they need in their relationships or in their life. But for the fact that he could not make just one lady, one, I'm not even saying like make all the ladies laugh. One lady, one. I didn't see him make an effort to make them laugh. That is not a comic for me. That is not a comedian for me. You were a joke. You were lying. Because we see Tommy, whenever Tommy is talking, the host, he tries to add one or two comic moments there that you would laugh over.
Mm.
I can remember this guy from last season. Was it last season? Yes, that had a quarrel with Unique. I forgot his name. He was a comedian too.
Yeah, he was from Dallas.
He also was, whenever he speaks, you will know that the comicness is in him. He was always joking. There was this atom of comedy in him that okay, this is really a comedian. You could feel it in the way he interacts. He tries to add one or two jokes into the conversation.
Right. William is just too guarded for some reason. You know what I'm
Exactly. And
saying?
of course. And I believe that in some certain profession, when you tell people that I do this thing, that you should be expecting some certain kind of next question. There's some certain profession you're doing, and you tell someone, I'm this person. Like, okay, let's use the comedy side. I'm sure that every comedian in this world, when they meet up with a girl, whether be you a girl or a guy, you meet up with a partner and you say I'm a comedian, the next thing they will be asking, of course, the next question will be like, can you make me laugh? Can I get a joke from you? That's the next question. So I believe that most of them should always be prepared, like, okay, if I go on a date, that should not be a question that will piss me off. Because the way he replied to what's her name?
April.
April. The way he replied to her, like I'm sick of this. I'm like, just this is a TV show. I would have appreciated he just cracked the jokes. Let me see how funny he could be. At
Right.
least.
Right. But he chose not to. He chose to just put his wall up, and sit there and do nothing. You know, I mean, he didn't really talk a whole lot about about who he was with April, other than, I don't like when, because women are always doing that every time I meet them, so I would have been done with that conversation. He's boring.
What very.
And he doesn't listen when you do tell him things about you, because you seen the little game they played. So yeah, he's not a good listener.
I don't like him. Absolutely. But let's go to the next. Alexis. I like her. I kind of like her. She is beautiful. She's jovial. I don't know. I just like her personality.
Yeah, Alexa
I
seems
just
like,
like her personality.
yeah, she seems like she's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of open. She's not guarded. Like
Right,
when you come and have a conversation with her, she literally has conversation with you. She's
right,
not trying to be like, oh, I'm just meeting you for the first time. I'm not gonna be open, this kind of thing. She has those conversations.
Right. I mean, she has the deep conversations. Excuse me. She has those deep conversations that
Yeah,
basically, she shares herself, like she's not holding back any type of secrets. She's going to let you know exactly who she is. You ask, here it is. So I love that about her. How she was so open, you know.
yeah. Um, let's move on to the next. Dominique. Dominique. I think this is for me. This was the best guy today in the episode.
Hmm.
Dominic. He talked to every single lady. He impressed me. He talked to every single lady and he gave every single lady attention and he also listened
Right.
to it's not easy to have how many conversations? There were four ladies, no
Hmm.
five. And you had conversations with all of them, right? And grabbed everything they said, every important. It's not. It takes a good listener to be able to do that, and that was what he showed he was.
Right. I like Dominique. Pretty jazzy dresser. He seemed very mature, and as you said, he did listen. You know, um, we got to know a few things about him, like him wanting 10 kids. Like, what the heck?
That
Like
that was the
10?
part that like up to me like 10.
Yes.
Maybe he wants to spread it out. Maybe different women give
Well,
him 10 because
you heard
like
what he
three.
said when
That means he
you
has
heard
to
what.
join the Mammon community because like 10 from one woman.
Well, you heard what he said when he was talking to April, and April said, I talked to God, and he said, you're not going to get 10 out of me. He said, well, how about two? Now, where you going to get the other eight from? Like,
I'm telling you.
goodness
That's why I said maybe he's
gracious.
gonna spread it out.
Yeah, 10 kids. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I hope he finds that
Man,
woman. I hope he finds that woman.
I hope he can. There's
Yeah,
some
he can.
communities that do it.
She's out there somewhere.
Yes. But 10. That was a huge number. Almost a football team.
Yeah, that's. Whew.
Almost a complete football team. He wants to give birth to a almost complete football team. That's what he wants to give birth to.
Jeez.
Man. Apart from that side that he wants 10 kids, every other thing was literally nice about Dominic. I loved everything about him.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's very laughable and comical that the person he's making connections with is Nika, and Nika has two kids already, and she doesn't have plans or maybe doesn't see herself really having more kids.
Right.
It's very comical. Oh my god, I don't know how. Well, I guess he might not really be chasing her because if they go to the next mixer, they'll meet other ladies. So he might really just dump her for somebody else. Because I'm not sure he's ready to compromise the not having kids stuff.
Right. Well, like I said, it's somebody out there for everyone.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next. Our runaway, our runner, Glen.
Mm.
And for me, he's handsome. So I don't know why he was running. He's handsome, he's cute. So why did he do the runner? I kept on asking myself, like, why did he do the runner? Why did he do the runner? It did not make sense.
Well, he didn't make too much sense when he was doing his little what do they call it? Interviews. He wasn't
Yeah.
making no sense. He couldn't put a sentence together. I was like, wow, his nerves are like really eating at him. But I was like, wow. When he was like, well, the driver was like, are we gonna go when they came like to the bridge part? He was like, are we gonna go ahead? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh my God, he is really ready to turn around. It was like, okay, why did you even get in the car? When the car came to pick you up, you should have told him, no, go ahead. You know, but I don't know. Maybe he is camera shy. You know what I'm saying? And can't
Mm-hmm.
articulate his words in front of a camera. I mean, he's a teacher. So being a teacher, you should be able to articulate yourself with the human English. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
for the fact that he couldn't get it out, I was like, okay, yeah, it's good that he didn't waste no time, you know, getting to meet anybody, and you can't say a word to him. No, that was
Yeah.
like the first time that's happened. That was a trip to see that. No, or
Yeah.
maybe
I
he,
was I
maybe he,
was
yeah, maybe he has somebody else though. You never know.
I was surprised. I was really, really surprised. Because this is the first time we've seen somebody literally done a runner on the first episode. Never showed up on the first episode.
Jeez,
This is the
that's
first
almost
time.
yeah, that's almost worse than a runaway bride, huh?
Yeah. His mama said for me, this was my favorite part of the episode. When Tommy kept calling him, I was just laughing. Like just remove him and you hear his name slash face. I felt like they just wanted to show because a lot of people will be like, why are they nine in this one and they stand there? And it also makes for a good storyline, it's my mate. To see that somebody did a runner from the show. It's a good
Mhm.
storyline. And
Yeah.
everybody will be waiting. Everybody wants to get a feel of him. Like, okay, should I get to interview him and ask him why did he leave or run away from the show before he started? And I felt like it's also good if he felt like he was not really ready. I'm
Right.
happy that he left instead of like stringing, like let him go in there and start stringing those ladies along. And at the end of the day, there is really nothing he has in plans for them. So yeah, it's better.
I agree.
It's better he didn't come. If he knows that he was not up to it, it's
Well,
better than doing anything else. But I wish him well. Maybe he
most
will come
definitely.
out on social media and explain to us why he really left. So
That'd be nice. I like to hear his
yeah.
explanation.
Miss Mohammed said Miss Mohammed said, like what if he shows up at the other mixer? Hmm. Hmm. That would be something. But I don't think he is. Tommy said he's gone. He's
Who
ex from the
knows?
show.
Who knows? He might have a good excuse why he couldn't actually bring himself to come. Like I said, maybe it's the cameras, because he did say there's thousands, millions of people out there, so that frightened him, you know, and I couldn't understand why, because like I said, he's a teacher. You're used to being in front of students, pupils who are there listening for your instruction. So always all eyes and ears are on you. That's what teachers teach the pupils. That's the number one rule. Listen and follow directions. You know,
Yeah.
so he should be used to it.
Mm-hmm. Why, my own is, why did you even apply? Why did you apply?
Yeah, but it would be nice to see him in the next mixer. You know, but I know one thing.
Yeah.
He got his names in our mouths. He got his name in.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Well, I can't wait for next week to see whether he really is there. Probably if Tommy forgave him and allow him to come over. Then the next person we're going to talk about is Koisha. Koisha. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Koshika,
Koshia.
Koshia. Okay, sounds close enough.
Yeah. Anyways, I foresee this lady is gonna be a troublemaker in the future. I foresee she's gonna cause some kind of, she's ready to fight. So I foresee that she might do that on the show. My money is on her to have a fight on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a
'Cause-
firecracker.
Yeah, because the way she was speaking, man, you would know she has fire in her. You would know she has fire in her. I love that.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
love
just,
that.
I mean, I'm not really understanding. Like, it's so early in the game. You know what I'm saying? And you already come in with that attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's so ladylike about that? Where is the softness? You know, um, just because somebody didn't really care for who you were digging on, you know, eh, you're just like, oh, she don't know me, and boo, boo, boo. Like, girl, it is too early in the show for that. Calm down.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, tiger. you know. So I just don't
Mm,
understand the hostility. I mean, it seems like it's one chick like that in every one of these episodes, every one of these new series. You know what I'm saying? On
mhm,
Ready to Love. Like, these broads is ready to fight. You know,
mm.
they gonna fight for their love. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the
Yeah,
heck? Calm down. It's not that serious yet. You know, nobody owes you anything. Nobody belongs to you. You're still getting to know these people. You know, so why show them the ugly side so soon? I'm not saying be fake and phony, but girl, calm it down.
yeah. And okay, I guess maybe we'll talk about it later. Let's move forward. Okay, this was the game. We already know the game and how they play it. The game was a surprise to me. I love the new spin because it would expose them to show how attentive or non-attentive they were. And that's why I did like Dominic, because he was the most attentive of all of them, which in return saved him from being amongst the guys on the
Mhm.
chopping block to go home on this episode. I was happy for him, and of course, I would want to still see more you know, of him on the show. Now, this is where I was getting to. That question that Will asked Koisha after she said about her ex-husband. My question now to everybody and those on the chat, was it a malicious question? The way Will reacted or the way he responded, was it from a malicious point of view, or was Koisha defensive on her own?
You know, I was taken back. I was shocked. when he said his little comment. You know, like I said, when you're getting to know a lady, if she's opening up about her life, don't throw judgment. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Don't judge her for what she's been through. I mean, everybody has a life. Before meeting whoever you're going to meet, you have to live your life, you know. So if they're sharing, don't judge. I just thought that was in poor taste of what he said. It kind of offended me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Uh, Something that kind of made me think was like, how in the heck do you marry somebody and not know that they got children out there? I mean, is he that great of a liar? Or, did you not dig deep before you said I do? But all in all, I just thought Will was wrong, and out of line. Are you there, Yuzo?
Well, for me, I'm sorry, for me, I felt like I saw it in two ways. I saw it that she was a little bit defensive, and I also saw that he was not kind of insensitive. I just felt like he was shocked by it, because I too would have been shocked if a woman, with the way she speaks, with her caliber, when the way she speaks, you would think highly of her. You think she's this very intelligent, she's well to do, she's kept, she knows her ground, she doesn't mess around. You would not expect that kind of thing to happen to her. And the way she said it, like, I got married to him without knowing he had four, not just one kid, four. I think in his mind, he's just like, how did that pass you by?
Right.
How did you, like, it's the same thing I would do. Maybe I might not word it the way he said. Maybe I might not react, like put my facial expression the way he did. But I will be asking myself, how did you manage to date somebody? And only if you did not date the person, it was like you saw first sight and the next day you're getting married. You dated somebody, you got married to the person without knowing this person had kids. Not one, not two, not three, not four. Four. That the expression Will gave is something I would do. And that's why I really didn't fault him. And I felt, in my opinion, I felt like Koisha was very defensive, because she knew that he was, yes, he must have been judging her a little bit with the response. And she knew that, oh, I don't want this guy judging me. That's why she was not defensive, like, oh, that's a bad thing to say about a woman. Like, you were there and you got um scammed. And he's just shocked, like, how, as a lady that's your timber, your caliber, beautiful, elegant, like you, will stay and fall for that kind of scam, a marriage scam. I think that's just my own perspective. That was what was going in his head, and that's why he said that.
Yeah, but I mean, he could have he could have worded it different. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Oh.
it was just, to me, it was just a bad taste. You know, it was. I think I would have got up from sitting with him. You know, I wouldn't have wanted to share anything else. Because if I'm sharing, I don't need you to sit here and judge.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was maybe who she married a charmer. you know
Mm-hmm.
that hey, she couldn't see him doing any wrong. You know, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe he said he had to work out of town all the time. That's the reason why he was always gone. But he was actually laying up with his first, second, and fourth family. Who knows? You know. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I personally wouldn't want to be judged, especially if I'm knowing that I made a mistake by not doing my homework. But I'm sharing this with you. I don't need you to judge me. I already judged myself.
Yeah. Well, let's just see how it's gonna go because it's already left a sour taste in her mouth and she dislikes Will. I hope that probably as the episodes are going, he's
Mhm.
literally maybe going to make amends or she's gonna make amends and that will be over with. But we don't know yet, so we have to wait
Right.
till other episodes of the show um
Hmm.
drop down.
Right.
Now, let's talk about this conversation. This is one of the things I said the Monte brought everything but also brought nothing. How how could you be let's this is like a first date, right? Let's
Hmm.
forget it's a mixer. This can stand as a first date because you're just meeting the person for the first time.
Right.
How can you be going on your first date and telling the person how much you're trying to clear your debts and everything? Like that's not a very good talking point.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing I wouldn't want to hear is about your credit score. I mean, I'm not a gold digger, but if your credit score is 300, 400, then yeah, that's something I think I'm entitled to know. Especially if I plan on pursuing you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess he didn't have anything else really to talk about. You know, that was his time to ask more questions to the woman, the beautiful woman he's sitting in front of that he wanted to know. And let her ask the questions of what she felt like she needed to know about him. He just gave up everything: social security number, address. Yeah. His having to pay your bills on time and letting me know that you'll never be able to help get our dream house because we're gonna have to work on your credit first and pay all your creditors. That wouldn't have made me feel happy. you know it's like I meet you, I feel like I'm digging myself in a hole just to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Bring
Yeah.
something to the table. And if you have nothing to say, then ask about the other person. you know Let them dig and find out what they want to know from you. But he's an open book. I appreciated that probably more than the women on that panel. You know, I appreciated his honesty, you know, because I mean, that's just like messing with somebody who keeps going in and out of jail, in and out of prison. Like, how are we going to build if you doing that and I keep holding you down? You know what I'm saying? So thanks for letting me know all about your rap sheet, you know, because I think I'm gonna pass this time. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tommy. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't ready
Yeah.
to love. He was ready to get his credit straight. He needed some help.
He did. Well, last but not the least thing we're going to talk about today is the dumping. When these two thoughts stood at the front, I literally thought it was um Will that was going to go. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm. Yeah, I thought Will would be up there as well, but I was kind of shocked that it was just those two.
I was not sure that Will was not gonna be there. I was expecting these two to be there.
Hmm.
If they could have sent the both of them home, I would have been the happiest. I could have been the happiest. Well, anyways, we ended up seeing Monte going home in today's episode.
Hmm.
I foresee it coming. I foresaw it coming. I hope he gets to find the amazing lady out there, you know. And I'm enjoying this season. I feel like it's gonna be another series in.
Hmm. I mean, I hated to see Deontay leave, but he was the best man for that job. you know, I mean, William, let's give him a chance to see if he breaks down that barrier, you know. And Will, let's see if Will controls his tongue, you know. But yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
I hope it turns out better for all of them. Actually, I do hope it turns out better, and I can't wait for next week to see the new results and the new, you know, new boys and new girls. I can't wait. But before we go, is there anything you want to say about the episode?
Well, I really enjoyed that episode. I can't wait till the next episode comes up. I can't wait to see why Koshika is turning up on Alexis. All I can say to that is wow. you know, I just want to see
Mm-hmm.
why, when she seems like she's such a precious soul, Alexis. I just want to know what the real reason is. But we'll get into that next week when that episode comes.
Wow, I can't wait for next week. I know Bobby is trying to make it much more interesting than last season, and I hope it actually works out. The only part I don't still like is this the first day somebody's going home.
Yeah, I
I don't
can't.
still like that part. You said?
No, I can't. I don't like that part either. But they have to kind of chop it down and get the real people that are really meant to love and that are looking for love. You got to weed out the bad in order to get the good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm loving it. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Miss Monday, thank you for being on the comment section, commenting your thoughts and opinion on what we're saying or what we've been saying on the panel. Thank you very much for liking those that like this video. And don't forget to click the subscription button down below to subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.